Okay. Just welcome everyone to anyone who's joining us. This is another halftime chat going live, and got with me tonight a dear friend, producer, songwriter, Mr. JHot. How are you doing, JHot Scott? So, okay, how are
I'm
you doing?
doing wonderful, man. How about yourself? How you doing, brother?
Yes, been doing good. Been doing good. Doing a lot more live podcasting. Just celebrating some of the big albums from the old school albums. Um,
Nice.
yes. What what's it been like? I mean, are you have you been working? For those who might not know, I mean, you were at one point working with Blackstreet and Q Sweats, um, and then I know that you did some stuff with Ray J and Bobby Valentino. Did they have a group or so? I can't remember that they had
Yeah.
a
RSVP. Uh-huh.
RSVP. Yeah, I thought you did some. I did something with them. Yeah, what have you been up to?
Man, I've been up to a lot. Currently, right now, I'm up here with Keith. Man, he's working on a few different projects. Man, he got like his Afrobeat project. He has a project where he's taking some of his older stuff and revamping. Like, let's say for instance, "Make It Last Forever." He may do that with SZA or Summer Walker or Mary J. But like what we revamping it just a little bit. Not too, we just put a little new twist on it, not doing too much to it. But we got that project and he got the movies. He into the film business right now, so we got soundtracks and scoring that we're doing as well for the movie stuff.
Oh my goodness! I mean, where's he getting all this energy from?
Huh?
I said, where's he getting all this energy from?
I don't know. I guess from that treadmill. He do the treadmill twice a day. Like he do like 8.0 speed hour in the morning and like an hour at night before you go to bed. So I guess it's that. He's staying young.
Yeah, but he's been touring as well.
He's been touring. He just got a small little break, but then he back. He been touring nonstop. But it's good to see him. He's still been in the studio. We still been down there working, down in the basement of the studio. But he can't rest. He can't. He getting. I'm just happy to see him not having to go so hard. But he's getting a little bit of. I guess you'll say active rest, what they call it. Like he, you know what I'm saying? He been in the studio recording nonstop, like recording. Like once I go to time I go to bed, like I go to bed, we get done working. Soon as I go to bed, he's knocking on the door like 3 4 hours later, like, yo, let's go. Like let's edit these vocals. Let's do. I sing the whole song over. I'm like, man. So he keep me on my toes.
Yeah, goodness. Okay, hey Colin, hey Christopher, Janelle, how you guys doing?
Chris,
Yeah.
that's my family.
Oh, there's your family. Okay.
What's up,
Just wait.
Chris?
No, I just want. Okay, I mean, for those who are just joining, I mean, we're talking about you're currently working with Keith at his place.
Mhm.
Is he off tour? Or is he just at
No,
home?
he's still touring, but he do everything. He plan everything. He's still touring, but he got a couple weeks off. So that's probably how he planned it. He's very smart. He do everything like he planned everything. So he got like a couple weeks, but he just getting his vocals and his music done.
Okay,
Like he's
you.
recording. He recording more songs than young people I work with. He's recording 2 3 songs a day.
My goodness. Yes, Colin, we're
And
live.
and then he'll record those over 2 or 3 times.
You did say you're gonna, 5 years ago, 4 years ago, you were gonna try and get him on. Did you think that's gonna be possible?
Yeah, it's gonna be possible. I'm gonna talk to the OG when I get back to the house. I'm actually literally just down the street. Sometimes I come to this little spot just to get me a little hour break or so every now and then. So, but yeah, that's actually gonna be possible.
Okay, that
See,
would be
he got more to talk about now. See, he wasn't doing films at that time, so now you got a bigger conversation.
okay,
Actually,
okay. So,
Darren Henson from Family Business, he just left. That's one of his partners.
wow.
Yeah.
Y- Um, Whatever happened to the stuff you did for RSVP? Because I remember, yeah, the AJ Bobby Valentino was a pretty Rick, somebody else came with a
Well,
group, and I think I saw you when they had one of these video stuff where you were working on a track for them.
well, yeah, that's that stuff is actually still going, but they had to regroup and like I said, everything about playing, they had to regroup. They never broke up in there. They had to regroup and plan everything because everybody's schedule was all over the place. So, Pleasure P, he kind of like the leader, so he had to, get everybody on track. You know what I'm saying? And now they on track. They just did the tour, so now they about to drop some music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Collins asking this question: how you getting on with the Blackstreet project?
But the Black Sheep project was on pause, but now me, Chauncey, and Keith putting something together. All the politics of the record that we wanted to release, all the politics of that is in motion. We're gonna have a big feature on it. I can't say who right now, but the single's gonna be called Nobody because we sampled a Key Sweat record. So I tried to keep the Blackstreet tradition going on, even though they have a lot of original music. They have a lot of original music, but they was heavy into the sampling. But the difference is a lot of people in the 90s and 2000s they sample a lot and just put a drum beat on it. But how Blackstreet used to do it, when they sample, they still put keys, so they made it very musical. So like I don't sample much, but who better to sample than the OG Key Sweat? So yeah, so it's gonna be good. And I was like, dang man, it's taking so long, and we all was in our feelings over, but I'm happy that it actually worked out this way because the feature that we don't have on it is huge. So it's gonna be better.
So, do you have any idea when they may drop the Blackstreet, any the single or
Def-
album or anything?
Definitely within the next month.
Oh, are you serious? So this summer they should have stuff out?
Yeah, we're gonna drop the single. Now I don't know what's up with the album, but we definitely gonna drop a single.
Okay, I may have to get. Chauncey doesn't like doing this stuff, so I may have to get Eric
I'm gonna
on
talk
this
to
side.
Chauncey. I'm gonna talk to Chauncey. Like if I say Chauncey, I'll do it with you. I'm gonna come back again and he'll do it.
Okay, because when they came to London, I mean, when they came to London, yeah, I met up with them again. Eric called me up to, because I didn't want to go to London, but Eric
Mm-hmm.
called me up and said, "Look, man, come on down." So I came down, met up with them. So okay,
Eric, that's
um,
my guy, man. Eric is one of the nicest,
yeah,
most humble, most coolest guy in the world. He's definitely a mentor to me.
yeah. I mean, I'm a big. I mean, so yeah, it was just because of Eric and stuff. Collins asking, are you trying to keep that Teddy sound with Blackstreet, or what's because that's what people are.
Well, I'll be a fool not to keep some of the elements, but I would say yes and no. And the yes is that every album Teddy tried to evolve and give them another sound, but keep the same core. So I'm still doing like that same classic Black Street Harmony, the talk box, which a lot of people can play talk box. They don't know how to play it on Black Street Records, and the vocoder. They are two different things. So I'm still keeping that
Are they
big heavy
separate? I thought it was
harmony.
the same thing.
No, 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 no. Vocoder and talk box is different. Like the talk box is like when he did deep, but if you listen to like Baby Be Mine, Baby Be Mine Tonight, that's vocoder. If you listen to like I Wanna Make Love, I Wanna Make Love, that's vocoder. It's
Uh,
different. It's two different things. Listen to Before I Let You Go, that auto tuning sound in the background, that's actually
mhm.
vocoder. They're two different things.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
So I am keeping those elements, but I kind of evolved it and kind of did what they always do. Every album they keep, the main core, which is their harmonies, the strong drum beats, but it's a little different. But it's not taking them too far out of Blackstreet element because their vocals, like all the albums, their vocals is what made Blackstreet Blackstreet. Their harmony is top tier, is unmatched.
Yeah, but I do wonder because is this would be the very first time that Blackstreet has put out anything without Teddy Riley input. So it I won't say a gamble, but it might be, it might be, people
Well,
might.
I've been under the guy so long, Teddy and Mucho, and I got the formula. I had it for a long time, and then people got to remember, like Teddy would do some of the things by himself, but sometimes Teddy would take records and just take them to another level. So you know, like you listen to "This Is How We Roll," it sounds totally different from the usual Teddy Riley production, but he just took it in. So it's gonna have the same elements, but I promise you, man, like this stuff, Eric and Mark told me that this probably was some of their best material.
Okay.
And Junior, one of the main engineers for Blackstreet.
Yeah, Franklin Grant. Yeah.
No, Junior, George Mayers.
No, sorry. I don't know why I said Franklin. Yes, George.
Yeah. Like he's one of my biggest supporters. I don't want to say fans. He's one of my biggest supporters, and he really believes in my sound, and he's been through that through so many changes of Blackstreet. So Mark and Eric said it's probably some of the best music that they've done. Junior said it's absolutely is the best music.
Yeah, well, okay.
So that's huge coming from him because he been there through all of the projects.
Well, okay. I mean, okay. One, first, Junior gave a really great interview. People really loved hearing from him and his background. But I guess, secondly, I think yeah. I guess the fans are the ones who are going to make a decision. And I remember telling Chauncey when I first met up with him, I said, "Yo, Chauncey," I was anti Chauncey because I was like, you took, I felt like he took the group from Teddy, and he was shocked that I said it. I said, but there are loads of us who are Teddy fans who might be upset with you and the group because of the split. But then I guess there's an understanding that there's business, there's personalities, there are other things behind the scenes, and we have to just learn to appreciate both
Yeah,
of
absolutely.
both of them, and they're not try not to take sides and stuff.
And you know what, man? Like right now, I'm close to Chauncey. I'm close to Keith. I'm close to Damien. I haven't spoken to Teddy in a while, but it's like, man, it's like at one point everybody was a huge family, and you know, my responses used to be different, a little bit more darker, but man, like all of these people that I've been around, I've learned something from and I gained something. So I just want to shout out Teddy Riley because like without my connection with him, I wouldn't be able to even produce Blackstreet or either like the group wouldn't even let me tell you something. Blackstreet sold a lot of records. The group wouldn't even let me produce them had I not been through, that schooling.
Hmm.
Because Eric, Mark, Levi, and Chunks, they both are strong headed, and especially Mark Middleton. Mark Middleton know that he means something to Blackstreet, and he know he got the baddest voice in the world. Like when me and Mark record, man, we would just talk for everybody would leave the studio. We would talk for an hour. I don't read music and nothing like that, but like the chords and stuff I play, Mark would sit and talk to me. He's like, "Do you know what you just did? You did a such and such, and it resolved to this." He's like, "Do you know how badass that is?" I'm like, I don't know. It just come from here. I don't know. You go from here to here to here. So, you know.
Yeah, yeah. No, as I said, it's because one of the things that I've learned over the years is that you know these guys in public could fall out, and then you start picking sides. Then before you know it, they've made up, and then now you're right in the middle. Like you now pick a side, and they're like, no, no, we're friends now. So
Yeah.
families always find a way back home, and
Yeah, like like even when it comes to Teddy now, I'm not mad at Teddy. Only problem I had with Teddy is that we was doing so much work together. We was making so much money. I just was like, why you let it stop? That's the only problem I had.
hmm, yeah.
Like like 1 week, so many checks was coming in. I was just like, oh man, like I was just overwhelmed. Like wow. So that's the only problem I ever had. Shout out to Teddy Roberts.
Yeah, no, definitely. Colin, actually, the last time we were on, we had Tim from Tim and Bob. Did you
Mhm.
guys catch up afterwards?
Oh, Tim, that's my brother, man.
Did you get to catch up with him afterwards?
Yeah. We talk, man. We talk. He very supportive of what I do.
Yeah, it's
He's very supportive. He always asks me, "You need anything? What you got going on? You need to talk about anything?" Like he's cool. He always supportive.
what about? I mean, I think one of the uh, my favorite New Jack Swing album is always going to be Basic Black. You know, as a pure New Jack stuff. How's Mucho when it comes? Is he back in the production side, or is he just
Yeah, Mucho's doing stuff. He's working on his daughter. His daughter, my little cousin, my first cousin. She's has some amazing vocals. So he kind of focuses in on that, and then he have a rap group that he signed. They got a deal on a nice, a major deal on the table. So he's focused on those things right now. Mucho kind of, instead of being all over the place, he kind of focused in on one or two things and get that going, and then he moved to the next.
okay? So we're talking about Mucho Scott, who was the original member of Basic Black and um, the group 911, which had an incredible album, which just never really came out the way it should have been. And Mucho did a lot of production with. He did produce Roughneck for MC Light.
Yeah,
He also did stuff from on both on the Guide
SWV right
Three
here,
album. He did stuff on the Blackstreet Finally
SWV right
album.
here. He did SWV right here, Human Nature with Teddy.
Yes. So
Yeah.
he
Mary
was
J.
part of
Blige,
Future.
what's the 411? Those two remixes, he worked on those.
Yes.
My Love and Changes.
Mm. Yeah. So, but yeah, he also did riff. Judy's got a boyfriend.
You got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, when I was young, I used to get tired of that song coming on the radio.
Yeah. So Richie's
And
done a great deal. So,
yeah.
but for yourself, but what is it that But if you're doing all this stuff with Keith now, you're not bringing anything. Is there anything from you that's coming out soon, other than what you said about Blackstreet?
Oh yeah, man. Keith got a couple of different singers that coming out. That I either produce or he had me touch. Like one thing about Keith, he believe in what I do. So I'm producing records on my own alongside with him. Me and him actually produce great together. So we produce the records together. Then other stuff, that other producers working on, he have me touch that too. He just believe in me, whether it's adding horns or strings or fanning up the drums. So I'm pretty much touching everything because he's allowing me to. So whatever single comes out, he put me a part of everything. But we got like three songs that we're going back and forth. He's like, "This is gonna be the single. I'm gonna put this out there." He's like, "It might be this." I don't care what it is because he put me on everything. So
So what's the relationship? Because there was a time that you were managed by Chauncey, and
mhm.
but then are you still? Is he still managing you?
No, no,
Or
no,
are
no,
you?
no, 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 no. We just Chauncey just got busy with the Blackstreet brand. So I just kind of did my own thing. It's like I really don't need no manager, really, because it's like I think I do, but it's like most of the work that I get because of the relationship that I got with people and the relationships that my uncles had with people. So it's like, man, Chauncey, we cool, man. We cool. Like, I've been at Keith House like a month and a half working. Chauncey, he come over like every week. It's all everybody happy, everybody cool, man.
Okay.
Everybody cool.
Did you get to meet up with Aaron? Because you did mention that you're going to see him and stuff.
Eric,
Aaron Hall.
Aaron. I texted him yesterday. I'm gonna probably link up with him. It's not this weekend, the top of the week.
You're not doing any production with him, are you?
With Aaron,
Any? Yeah.
I wish that's gonna be like trying to pull my own tooth out with a plier. I wish because to me in my book, he's still one of the greatest legends I ever met in my life. Aaron Hall, he did some things in the '90s arrangement wise that is unmatched to the day. Stevie Street said, "Did you produce?" Yes, I produced Damien's whole album. Yes, 55 songs. It's coming out. Damien just real strategic about the deal. It's coming out. That's definitely coming out. And it's New Jack Swing, it's Afrobeat, it's trap, it's R&B, it's pop, it's everything. It's dance, um, EDM. He just said, you know what? I never had my chance to do what I do. So he just said, whatever God put in me, I'm gonna do everything. And that's what he did. But it still all sound like one ride. It don't sound like it's all over the place. That album is actually mixed and mastered. We mixed 55 songs. Me and Damien went back, tweaked everything. Then we got all of them mixed and mastered, ready to go. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. No, I did speak with I do mess because thanks. I have to thank you for connecting me with Damon, and he even he even sent me a message a day or two ago on WhatsApp just checking. So, but I haven't asked him about his music or his projects because
Mhm.
I wanted to wait until he was doing stuff, and then I was going to bring him back on.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
Stevie
that's
said
up,
he
bro.
Stevie said he played 3 tracks on it on IG last year. So he was okay.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I can't
Okay.
believe that because he's so proud. That's good.
Yeah, I think Stevie told me that look, Damien's played some new music, and then I didn't get to see it. But then again, then I was on the impression that he was going on tour with they were trying to get guys this summer.
Yeah,
Um,
they actually. I heard they actually going on tour. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but as I said, even though he'll mess me, there are times when you just want to ask those kind of questions because it's like But I will find out and stuff. Um, the the old people that you've not no more working with Drew Hill. Was that just that one off?
Oh man, you know what? Nokia, another one that I got a great man. I've been on this. I work with so many great people. Nokia. Let me say this, then I'll answer the question. Let me say this for you. Those of y'all that don't know, to this day, Nokia is one of the greatest songwriters and producers ever, and one of the greatest songwriters and producers I ever worked with. I used to try to get him to produce with me. By the time me and him started working together, like him and I were working together a lot, like he just wanted to write. And I was like, let's do some music. He's like, no. He gave me the biggest company. He's like, no. He's like, why would I do beats and you produce like he said, you got that. But he's one of the like anybody can try to do something fast and it don't work out. Come on. It's just natural for him. He can literally know people like, oh, I can write a song in 10 minutes. No, he really can write a song from start to finish in 10 minutes and it's perfect. Arrangements, everything. Like a lot of Drew Hill, what people don't know about Drew Hill and Jodeci, they look at Cisco and Jazz, or they look at KC and JoJo and say they're the singers, but they don't know that the people who really make. If you listen to Jodeci's harmony, Devontae's actually singing his real voice on those harmonies along with them. Like Drew Hill harmony is not Drew Hill without Nokia. Nokia actually sing a lot of the harmony parts under Cisco and Jazz, and that dude is amazing. He actually have an amazing voice. He can do a full song by himself, singing, writing it. But yeah, to answer your question, I have talked to Nokia a couple times, and when they start to work on a new album, I will be a part of it.
I do wonder how many of them think about making new music. I mean, I don't know if you've heard the new album by John B. And he really put a lot of work in creating that album, and it really
Mhm.
sounds great.
So
Mary
I got
did.
to check it out. Did he work with him?
No, he produced it all by himself, but he had
He's dope. He's
Tank.
dope.
Yeah, he had Tank. He had Donnell Jones, and he had Isley. What's her name? Is it Alex Isley? And then he had Killer. It's not Killer Mike. Rick Ross.
That's dope,
Uh,
man.
he had Rick Ross on it. Then Black Knights. Can you ask JHot if he used to work with Alvin? He said Can you actually how if you used to work with Alvin and Calvin Waters?
Um, in the beginning when they first had B5, yeah, I did. I was in high school at the time, but yeah, I talk to them every now and then. That's family.
Okay. Who are they?
They are businessmen behind the scenes, but they make a lot of stuff happen. They are just entrepreneurs. They used to be in a group back in the day. I can't remember the name of it, but they was huge overseas. But after they did that, they just stepped into the business side of things. And yeah, they had their hands in a lot of stuff. A lot of artists. They work with Puff, B5, a lot of people, man.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay, okay. Yeah, but what I mean for those who are just joining in, I mean I think how well if Keith Sweat is doing all these projects, does it become too much to be able to make it quality if he's doing a lot of this quantity stuff?
No, no, man. Let me tell you something. When you doing music, when you've been doing like, man, let me tell you something. When you do like, it's no different from a mechanic that got to fix 4 or 5 cars. When you've been doing something for so long, it ain't no quality ain't gonna be good. We get the songs, and what Keith do even before we go into the mixing, he have me. So he'll record the song. It'll go from his computer to my computer because he records himself. I'll fix it up, put all the dressing on it. He'll listen to it. He'll go back and beat. He'll go back and beat that. So like while we're recording, we're doing pre-mixing. So pretty much how that pre-mixing sound, Keith, how Keith is, he don't like it to go too far away. So like it's actually easy process. Like I'm not, no disrespect to people who do. I'm not doing hard labor. I'm not working on the railroad. I'm not doing. I'm doing. I mean, it does get tedious, and sometimes we got to remember that our body's a machine, and we got to remember, we got to think about God and think, yeah, we do need rest at times. But other than that, this is. Oh, I got a bed in the studio that I got set up here. Studio is tuned. It's a studio. It's like it's so it's like I go to sleep, get the rest. When I feel like I'm that tired, I tell Keith I need man. He's like, okay. Get me some rest. I wake back up, go to work. What else do we have to do? God designed us to do music, so now the quality. It seems harder on the outside looking in, but no, the quality ain't gonna, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, but you said he's doing a new album, then he's also doing a sort of a legacy album where he's taking some of his big
But see,
hits.
all those albums ain't gonna come out at the same time. They're gonna maybe come out a couple months apart. Still, it ain't gonna lack no quality because this all we have to do. We don't have to go clock in and then come back to work and do music. This all we gotta do.
But
Back in the day, I don't know if you heard, Chad used to work on 3, 4 projects simultaneously.
yeah, but he's not. It's like if he was doing all these projects for eight or maybe three different projects for Blackstreet, then that's a lot different than if he was working on
No, no,
different.
Teddy used to do Blackstreet, Men of Vision, and God at the same time.
Yeah, but what we're saying is that Keith is doing all these albums of his own stuff, so he's doing a
Mhm.
lot of stuff like that.
But see, he only thing Keith gotta do is do the vocals. That's it. So it's easy for him. I gotta worry about the technical sonic part. You know what I'm saying? I can probably mix a whole album in 10 days.
Okay.
It ain't like it
Oh,
used to be in the 90s because even though what I do, to educate you, what I do is called hybrid mixing. I am using the computer, and like if you use Studio One, Logic, Pro Tools, it's all called DAW, Digital Audio Workstation. But I'm doing hybrid mixing, so I'm doing a lot of the EQ and the stuff on the inside. Then I'm running through outboard analog gear because that's called hybrid. Some people just mix straight in the box. And the box means they just mix straight in the computer. But I'm mixing in the computer and analog. Because see, back in the day, it was most all analog. So every song you pull up, when you go to the next one, they had this big camera where they take a picture of the board and they got to do what they call recall. So you got to set the board up, how the picture look. It's easier now. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm doing a hybrid mixing. So it's a mix of digital and analog. So it's easy, man. This all we got to do.
Yeah, yeah. So for those, so you're saying he's. I thought he was doing a country stuff, but you're saying that he is taking the like Make It Last Forever and
That's one.
making
That's one. That's gonna be more like an EP. Yeah.
okay, that's a BP.
Hmm.
And he's taking some of those like Twisted and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
And then
Yep.
is he doing all original stuff, or is he just gonna focus on? Is
All
he
the
doing
original.
it? Then he's doing another one. This is all original.
But he got some Afrobeat stuff, man. Let me tell y'all something, man. I don't want to go into it. We'll talk off. Let me tell you something, man. That dude is such an icon. And when people use the word if relevant, his space should be in the dictionary. I'm gonna tell you why. He don't force himself to be relevant. All the rappers, Drake, the country singers, Jelly Roll, all these people, Snoop, they hit up Keith. Keith and 50 like this, like they hit him up. Like he's like the when people say, "Oh, he's like the OG for real." It's like, man, he's so relevant, man, and like he don't he don't try to force himself to be. That's what everyone says about him. All the people come by the house. You'll be surprised, man. All the people come by the house to play music, to get advice from him, to like he just and you'll be surprised about all the young rappers that sample his stuff, and I'm there with him every day. That he got to sign off on this. Oh, I'm sorry. Nope, nope. They messed the record up. No, he got to sign off on it. These young rappers keeping him so relevant, man. And he y'all look out for platinum status, man. He got these bags, man. They better than Louis Vuitton, Gucci, all that stuff. You go to platinum status bags, just Google platinum status bags, and you'll see those bags. A lot of the actors put it in movies, rappers. So Keith, man, he just and they
So
fly too.
he's got his own bag called Platinum Status.
Absolutely, they fly too. I'm gonna have to send you a picture of them, man. They fly. But you just
That's
Google Key Sweat platinum status bags and you'll see, man. So he's just relevant, man, and it's a blessing for him to still call me and allow me to work with him, man. Like it's like working with a new artist because he keep every time he tries something, it just works.
okay. Keep Sweat Platinum Status bag. Is
Hmm.
that okay? It
They better than Gucci, Louis, all that, man. I gave I had an MCM bag, I gave it away.
Golden Sand. Okay, Onyx. Okay. Uh, but are they supposed to be for men or women?
Both. You can look on there. They got the women ones are smaller. They men and women. He got every color. The fly colors like the royal blue, mint green, the shiny black, white, pink. He got all the colors, man.
Okay.
Every time he get fresh and go out the house, he got a different bag for every outfit.
What I don't like is the fact that lots of our men are wearing carrying bags and
But this is more like a backpack, like you
yeah,
like
yeah, I've seen the backpack.
what we wear to the studio or to the mall. It's not like a fanny or one of those things that go across the chest.
Yeah,
Nah,
because I saw Pharrell carrying like a purse, and
oh no,
and
Keith, you ain't gonna never keep catch Keith.
yeah, so I saw him on the Legacy tour. Not that I saw him, but I saw him with the backpack kind of stuff. But so that makes sense. But I'm seeing some of the guys carrying purses around, and they're calling it like a man purse, and I'm like, okay, it's just it's
Hey,
just
you ain't gonna never catch sweat. Like heck nah, not sweat.
yeah, yeah. Do you, I guess it would be interesting for those who didn't know. Back into goodness, I would say it was yes, it was 2020. It was around November of 2020. You hit
Hmm.
me up saying, "Hey, Keith wants to come on the show,"
Right,
and I was like, "Why, goodness!" And because he had just seen the interview that I had with Timmy Gatlin, and
right.
Timmy was talking about um, how make you sweat came about,
Yep.
and how Keith sort of um, came
Right.
pleading to him, "Look, man, I need something more up tempo. Can you do something? Give me some of that
And
magic." That
Keith thing was he didn't come pleading. He said, "Yo, man, you know Keith like how he think like." I mean, he done me like that in a couple situations. How you think if he see you working with somebody and you no longer working with them, he want to make sure you straight. So he like, yo, what you got? Now to this day, he still write a lot of his songs. But if I give him a good song from somebody, and I'll be like, man, they dope, man. They just ain't had a shot. He was like, you know what, that song dope. I'm gonna give him a shot. That's just how he is, man. So it's like his thing was, you know, he wasn't working with God no more. And he was like, man, you know what you got? Majority of his first, second album, he wrote majority of himself. Not to say he ain't never get no songs from nobody, but he wrote most of his hits. So that's his whole thing was like, I didn't go pleading to nobody. I didn't need nobody to write anything. And then he said, if you look at it on the charts, the songs that I wrote myself were bigger records. That was his thing. But I'll let him explain that to you.
okay,
You know?
okay, okay, yeah. Um, I saw him. Did he go to Nashville with
Yeah. He
Jelly
went to meet
Roll?
with. He went. See, that's what I'm saying. He's so relevant, man. Like everybody want to mess with Keith Sweat.
Yeah, I mean, was he going to do a country album, or was he just that was just
You just gotta stay tuned. You just gotta stay tuned, man.
But how did it come about that he called you to come in and for the past month or so to come and work with him? Were you
We
did
had
he?
been we had been texting back and forth and whatnot.
Hmm.
And he's like, "What you working on?" I'm like, "Working on such 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 such." He was like, "Okay." And you know, he always concerned about me outside of music. So I had told him a couple things because we close like that. And he was like, "You know what? You need to come up here. Besides, I need you to work on blah 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 XYZ." So he's like, "You need to come up here. Bring your equipment because every time I come up here, I bring my equipment. Him and I always have two rooms set up. So while he's cutting vocals, I can keep working. Or while I'm working, he can keep working. You know what I'm saying?"
Hmm.
And I came up and shit, that was it.
Okay. No, that's Keith. How many times does he say "Oh baby" on this track?
A lot, a whole lot, a whole lot. One matter of fact, when we do songs, like if we write them or co-write something or start on something for like we got it in a demo. That's his signature. Can't nobody say it like him.
You know you had a group that you were putting together. Whatever happened to that? Because I remember interviewing you and your team.
Another level, the group I have.
Yes.
Um, honestly, I'm not a controlling person, but one thing I gotta have, like when you're a producer and you get in a group, the group has to trust you. And it wasn't, it didn't feel like everybody was one. And I don't care how great of singers I'm around, how great the songs are. If it don't feel like we family, because we can hate each other after we do the music, but doing that music, you got to be a family. If you're not, it's gonna sound like it. You got to be a family. And I just felt like it wasn't close enough. So I decided, I told the guys they can have the name on it, like y'all can go ahead and do it, but I can't do it because it don't feel like a family. When I watch Mucho and Diesel record, no matter
Mm,
what happened after, you know, people go their separate ways, people want to do different things. It was a family. I don't watch Ted and Chauncey record. While you recording, do whatever after, but it gotta be a family while you recording. When you're doing a group, when you're doing a group, even if y'all hate each other months after, years after, whatever, y'all gotta be brothers. Y'all gotta be a family while you're doing that.
mm,
And I feel
okay.
like it wasn't family. Then other group members were calling. I just felt like if Blackstreet can trust me and they have an album that went diamond, Keith Sweat can trust me. Keith Sweat, I can do a track from a song from home, and he'd be like, "That's dope, bring that up there." If he can trust me, Nokia, Akon trust me with Ray Loudon, like y'all gotta trust me. I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like a producer's like a coach. You can't see yourself out there on the field because you're too
Mm,
busy playing. Like you can't see yourself the way I can. And I'm not
Mm.
a beat maker. I'm a real producer. So anybody that I work with have to trust me.
You say you're not a beat maker. What's the difference with someone who comes up with the beat and
I
then?
mean, beat makers just know how to do loops and not even. Let me say something. Production is more than just one way. Production can be doing a song, doing a beat from start to finish, knowing how to do the intro, the hook, the verse, knowing how to put accents right there. Beat makers just make a beat that's a 4 bar loop. A producer sees the vision from the first sound you add to the intro to the hook to the bridge to the vocals to everything. So I'm not a producer that just go in the studio and take somebody else's beat and say this, that, that. I think that that's so sad. Like the person that made the beat should have some type of. If you made the not just a beat, if you produce the whole sequence from intro, set first verse, second verse, hook, bridge, and somebody just come in and record like you, they can't. That song ain't really gonna come out the way it should be because how they gonna see the visuals in your head while you was doing it? Even if
Mm.
another songwriter write the song, but you do the music from start to finish, you have to be in there overseeing that song because it started with your thoughts that came in your brain. You know, so some people do loops and they just play it for 3 minutes for you, and you're like, oh, what's that? So what's the difference?
Mm.
You
Yeah,
know?
I think when you were saying that, it always reminds me of what Chucky Bookie was saying about "Spread My Wings." Um,
Right,
that he did, he wrote and produced it, but
right,
when it came out, somebody took and mixed it differently than how he saw it,
right.
and the average person wouldn't. No, the average person wouldn't have noticed. But he says, "Look, I know what I wanted the song to sound like, and they
Right.
took my record, mixed it differently than I intended it to be,"
That
and he
happened to
just.
me one time, but I ain't gonna speak on it. The
No.
song still was a hit, but it would have been better to me. But
Yeah, that's what he says about "Spread My Wings." He says it would have been, sound sonically would have been better, and then he said he didn't want his name on it because it's like that's not my mix. And
right,
as I said, most of us who won't understand what he's talking about, but that's
right.
the one thing that still gripes him now is the fact that stuff like that could happen.
Yep,
Um,
it's sad. It's
Now,
crazy.
Mark, is it fair? Because Marco says Timberland. Do we just
But
call him a beat maker?
Timberland actually the producer though. He can't he get in there with Justin Timberlake and maybe you should try it like this and yeah, Timberland, I gotta give him more than that. He's a little bit more than beat maker. I have some
Okay.
other producers, but I don't wanna there's some producers
Choice.
out there that just they just beat makers. Timberland producer. I'll give it to him.
With so one of the things, so what you're telling us, based on some of the work you've done, we should expect some new music and some stuff from Damien Hall that you've
Yeah,
worked on.
yeah,
We
that's the
should
album. That album is mixed and mastered. Y'all need to get on him because I know he had a couple release date, but I know that he's gonna release it. But I just hope he don't let the guy tour overshadow that work because that's a great body of work, and we got no sleep doing that project. That project was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and sacrifice. We dealt with a lot of stuff. I dealt with a lot of personal stuff doing that project, and Dame was like, "Come on, man! Like, come on! Like that project deserves to come out, man."
Okay, so Damon, I'm gonna clip this and put it out so that you can see, so that because my assumption is that Damon is waiting for maybe the tour, and then in the midst of the tour, he makes
Nah,
that release it.
Damien need to release that now because it's amazing, and he
Okay.
sounds for people that don't know. Damien Hart really can sing,
Yeah, I think a lot of us would know that Damien can sing. I think
but
so.
some don't. They know he can sing, but he can really sing, right?
Yeah, I think I think one of my things about groups, the reason why um I appreciate Blackstreet was because I think Teddy learned the importance that having each of the members brings something different vocally to
To
the
the
song.
table. Yeah, right.
So when we reviewed the Blackstreet album, you could hear Levi do Joy. You had Dave Hollister do Before I Let You Go. You had Chance to do Physical Thing, and um, I like the way you work it. And so then you had Teddy doing, you had Teddy doing. Um, I can't remember. I can't remember the songs, but you had all
Teddy
the
was doing like Teddy did Booty Call. He did
give me
he
that
sang a lot
pump
on that.
pump. I can't remember that
Huh?
song. Give me that pump 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 pump. Give good
Good
life,
Life.
good life. Yeah, good life.
Yeah.
But what we're saying is that they all brought something different. And when you listen to, even when they, you can see them bring the harmony. I know Damon Den was able to sing on Guy 3, but they didn't promote Guy 3, and
You know what's
he
so
did.
crazy? It went gold with no promotion. Imagine if they had to promote it.
Yeah.
Did you know that? It went gold?
Yeah, I mean, the first single was their biggest single,
Dancing.
"Dancing." Yeah, it went to top. It went to number 5, so that was their biggest single on the pop charts. But I think one of the issues, so and so that's why when I start thinking about R&B groups like SWV, Intro, I can't think of any others. I think those two groups heavily relied on their lead singer, and it just put a lot. It didn't give the others that opportunity to shine. So even Drew Hill, you know, even though Cisco was the predominant lead singer, but we still heard Nokia do not Nokia Jazz, and Woody would
Jazz
do some
is
song.
Man, let me tell you something. Jazz is It's a lot of people in the music industry that can't touch jazz vocally. I don't think people know how Cisco, if you go back and look at interviews, Cisco talks about how great jazz is. He say, I wish I could touch. He said as great as Cisco is, he still says this to this day. Jazz is a bad boy, man.
When you did the stuff, what you did? What album with Drew Hill? Sorry, I just wanted to.
Yeah, I did a bunch of records, but three made the album.
No, what album was that?
Independence Day, the album that
Yeah.
they did with Keith.
So who was is that way Teo was there or who?
Yep.
Okay. How was Teo? Because Teo is now the lead singer of Intro.
How was Teo? Fun, quick, intimidating.
What do you mean intimidated?
Uh, on one of the other producers on there, they wouldn't allow Teo to only sing background and little ad libs. His reason was we want to keep Drew Hill. Drew Hill. People already know who Drew Hill is, but they
Oh,
put this guy in the group for a reason. So when me and Nokia took him to our studio, Nokia said he's gonna say, he's so on my records, he's singing. Matter of fact, one of the records I did on the album, he's singing the whole song called
what
Making
record was
Love.
that?
I
Okay,
wrote it, I wrote it and produced it.
okay. And is it that they wanted the formula? Cisco sings, Jazz does some harmonies, and then everyone brings it home.
Well, Cisco and Jazz did most of the leads on the album, but I feel like the world already knew them. Not, I understand you. Of course, you can't take them and say I'm gonna let this new guy do all of the records, but the world already knew them. So the other producer, I'm not gonna say his name. Oh man, he was calling me, and he found out I was working. Oh, you need to let them say, don't let the other guy. And I'm thinking to myself, you produce your records, let me produce mine. So I was managed by Nokia at the moment, kind of Nokia and Keith. So Nokia was like, we gonna over here, we gonna do like this, and he was like, these records going to go on the album. So I did like 6 or 7, but Nokia made sure I got 3 on the album.
Okay, okay,
So
okay.
and my record sounded different. Like the whole album sounded basically the same, and the other person wanted that to happen, but my record was the one that made everybody do this.
Okay, okay, okay. Um, So the first thing we should expect that you produce this year, if you were to be a better man, what do you think would be the first record that you produce that we?
I'm sorry, say that again.
If you're a betting man, what's the first record that you produce? One of the records, one of the records you produce would be. What do you think would be the first one to get released this
That I'm
year
working on now.
that you've worked on over the past year? What would you assume
Uh,
would be the
definitely
first
this
one?
stuff, definitely this stuff that I'm doing with Keith.
So that would come out before Damon and Blackstreet.
Oh no, no, that's about to come out in something from that is about to come out in a few weeks. Yeah,
Okay, is
yeah,
and this is the EP from the EP.
yeah. This gonna be on his album. Yeah, yeah, definitely. And then like even the stuff for the movie stuff that we doing. So like, keep controlling the whole like we doing the whole soundtrack stuff for the movie. Like, why try to get this clear from this artist, that artist when we got tons of songs? So Keith already putting songs that we got in the movie. So, we got stuff that's going
Is he doing like a 50 Cent type of movie stuff, or what's he doing with his movie?
I gotta say that for him to tell you. But when you interview him, like, see, I know what to say. I know how far I can go. Working with Keith, and it's nothing bad. Some stuff, you can't put it all out there.
Okay.
But when you interview him, then he'll put more out there than I can.
Okay. Okay.
But
Uh,
that dude is busy. He's getting younger, and he ain't slowing down no time soon, man.
what
He ain't
about your family
like
member, Little G?
He's working on some new material right now, and he's been touring.
He was
He's
in the
been
UK.
touring with
He was in London just my Stevie. If I don't know if Stevie's still here, but Stevie went to see him in London
yeah. He's
on
touring with
last
Silk.
Saturday.
He touring with Silk and solo and on his own. Like,
Okay.
yeah. He been doing good, man. I speak to him like twice a week.
Yeah, tell him that he still hasn't given me that interview because we tried to set
Absolutely,
it up and we're going back and forth and then you know we it's,
absolutely. I'm gonna get on him. I'm gonna get on him about that today. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. He owe you an interview.
yeah no definitely
Yo,
does.
yeah, man. So I was telling you about these producers, man. You got to look them up. They working with Keith closely with me too. We like one big family, man. They did Charlie, but they did so much stuff. I was telling you about the Platinum Brothers. Those boys got a story, and like I was saying, they done a lot of hits that you just don't know. Cause look, they never wanted to be in front of the scenes, but they done a lot of hits, bro, and they still going. Thank you. When I tell you that they still going, like they
Yeah, but
going.
okay, I mean, what kind of hits? Because people so that people might
It's so many, man, that like sometimes I'll be with them. We all forget. I'll be like, y'all remember y'all did that? They be like, no. Like they was responsible for bringing. Really, they were responsible for bringing. I mean, people think it's R. Kelly, but they were responsible basically for bringing Charlie back.
with Charlie Wilson.
Yeah,
Hmm.
those boys got so many hit records, man. It's crazy. And they so fun. They stories are way better and funnier than mine. They so funny with telling their story, man. But we like all one big happy family, and a lot of the producers that's working with us on this project we keep, a lot of them are older than me, man. But to be around so many legends, like sometimes, everybody, no matter how many great accomplishments you got, everybody question themselves sometimes. Like even probably you, all the great interviews you're doing that you do with everybody, sometimes you probably still be like, dang, I wish. But let me tell you, like they remind me of my greatness, man. The Platinum Brothers, they very supportive of me, man. Like, they have music they do. There's like, put this on there. And I'm looking at them like, y'all the one with the hit. They like, no, we want you to You know what I'm saying? They let me be a part of. You know, when it comes to your art, you gotta protect your art, man. You can't let everybody in, and they let me be a part of their art, man. They can create a whole song and say, "We want you to do such, 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 such." And they got, and I'm looking at it like y'all the ones. I got some hits, but they got way more than me.
Mm.
They some special dudes, man.
Okay.
You remember the song
Col-
that Keith had with Joe called Test Drive? Keith had a song
uh,
with Joe Thomas called Test Drive.
I'm thinking I can
Just
remember it.
check it out. It was an amazing song. They produced it, but man, they produced a lot on that first track. Just so many songs, man. They produced, man. They be forgetting. I was like, y'all remember y'all did? They were like, when you forget, you got a lot of hits. Oh, hey, I
um,
want to remember all mine. I don't want to forget none of them.
Kellen was asking, "Do you have a signature sound?"
Man, you know what? Every time I try to say this is gonna be my signature, this is the thing. Ain't nothing wrong with people that do. You know, a lot of people come back to you for their signature sound, but I don't get caught up in the sound. A lot of people say this, but they really can't. But I mean it. Like, I really can do any genre of music from country to EDM to Afro beats to dubstep to hip hop to trap. Like, I really, because music in me, I heard so much music growing up between my mom, my uncles, and my grandma. Like, even my mom to this day, she showed me so much music that my uncle Mucho and Zach used to listen to when I was younger or before I was born that I knew nothing about. So my mom, she's part of my inspiration from that makes me want to produce everything because she listens to everything, whether it's great, whether I feel like it's the weirdest song in the world. Like if I'm just sitting at my mom's house, relaxing with her, and we just chilling and having a gathering to get together. She'll go from Young Jeezy to Teen Marie to Marvin Sapp to Eminem to Layla Hathaway. It just so I take all that in and say, you know what? I love music. I don't want to hinder myself or have a threshold what I can do. I actually want to produce every type of music. And I actually can produce every type of music. What people don't know, all genre of music came from us anyway.
Mm.
So every genre of music came from us. So I do music. So do I have a trademark sound? My trademark sound probably would be the depth of my mix. My mixing will make my sound trademark. Like I mix aggressive. I mix like the 90s, but I put the new stuff in it. But my kicks and snares gonna be loud and my it's gonna have heavy bottom. That I would say sonically that would be my trademark. But just musically, I don't have one. I love music. If I wake up and say I want to do some folk music or some alternative, that's what I'm gonna do, and I do it fluently. I don't do it. You know, you can tell some guys like, oh, they really do hip hop, and they try to do R&B. Yeah, it's not really R&B, or they really do R&B and can't do pop. Like I do it all fluently.
But would you do country though? Because that's seems to be.
Absolutely, I've been doing country since I was about 20 years old. Absolutely,
Country.
shoot, I
I
love
mean,
music, man.
okay. What I mean, what have you heard that's been out now that you'd say, well, that this is pretty cool.
Man, everything that Lucky Day does, I'm a big fan. That dude, him and D Mile, their sound is a marriage. I don't. I would love to work with Lucky Day, but if I did work with him, I could put my pride aside. If he said that's cool, but you got to do this with D Mile, I would be fine with that. They are a marriage that you know how some people belong together. Like I know I'm comparing it to like a marriage, but like you know how some people like they're divorced, like a couple they're divorced, but then like
Mm,
years later they'll actually get back together.
mm.
That's what had happened if D Mal and Lucky Day start working together. They will be the universe will force them to work together because he mastered Lucky Day. He really sat back and analyzed him. D Mal did what Quincy did with Michael. He sat back and analyzed him, and he made the perfect. music for Lucky Day signature sound. And I don't think it can ever be duplicated. Do I think he can make great music with it? Yeah, because he's a great artist. Matter of fact, he used to be under Keith first. Keith had Lucky Day first back in the day.
Oh,
Yeah, him and Keith did a lot of records together. Yeah, same in the same studio.
but he just couldn't find something for him, and he couldn't
Well,
break.
they wrote records together, but Keith was busy on tour, and Keith would do his studio stuff. Once he done with that, if he take his son on tour and he do studio stuff, when he done with this, he back on the road promote. So like, it was just it wasn't that bad because they actually placed a lot of records together. It's just that you know Keith let him fly. Keith said, "I got to go back on the road so you can do your thing."
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Keith ain't try to hold him and be like, "You gonna sign to me and I'm gonna make money off everything." But he didn't do that.
Okay.
He never does that to anyone, despite all the rumors. Never seen him do it. Keith is actually a person that wants you to make money. He wants you to be successful. He offered for me to produce Silk just to take them on the road. He didn't say, "Hey, y'all got to sign to me." He said, "I'll work it out. Don't worry about it. I got you. You know, I got you. Produce this, blah blah blah. So I could take them on tour with me." Like, who does that?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I mean, I guess when people think about the stories cut close have said, they may, but then this was back in the 90s, so we don't know how things have
Hey,
changed
keep
now.
all keep saying is show the proof because most of the time when things like that has happened, people have proof. He said, show the paperwork where you talking about I signed your publishing for $2. He said, that never happened. Man, let me tell you something. That dude get emotional. I've been around people that I've actually seen take from people. Keith, that's not him. That dude gets emotional, not in a bad way, over that stuff because if Keith, if someone says something about Keith and it's true, he'll take that. But when somebody lie on him, man, he don't take that lightly, man. And all I can say, man, I've seen him give and didn't get a return. And I'm not gonna say who. He constantly helped people, even spiritually and mentally. Like he's a real mentor to me outside of just music. So there's a lot of people, you just say, When I say that, like that's really like
Mm,
my son has lived at Keith House. Like my son, 10 years old, like Keith a good dude, man. Like, God ain't made nobody perfect. No, none of us would never be perfect.
mm,
But Keith a good dude, man. He always want to help. That's all I see, and I'll be seeing him help people. And in the back of my head, I'm like, man, he not gonna get compensated. He's not gonna get a return. But he don't care because he said one thing. He said he know how he get his blessings.
mm,
So he said he don't worry about it. He showed me one day. He said, look at all I got. He said, man, this I know how I got this, and I know how I'm keeping this. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? Like, because he always trying to help somebody, man. Like, I ain't gonna lie, man. You go through ups and downs in life and stuff like that. I ain't never needed him to be there for me. He wasn't.
mm.
Like, never.
Yeah, as I said, everyone has their stories, and I'm because I'm not a gossip side, I don't embellish them, but it's and unless the other person is there to prove it, you can't take it.
But he gonna
Um,
talk about all that when
okay,
you.
okay,
but he, but
okay,
but I will say this, man. If everybody out there listen, that dude is actually a good dude for real. He actually is one of the
okay.
best I worked with, not just musically. He's a child of God, God fearing man, and he put God first. That he'll tell anybody that.
Yeah. Well, I would hope. Yeah, but hopefully before he releases his stuff, I can get to talk to him so we can put it live and promote it as well. I would have always hoped that
Absolutely.
if he was doing any work on visiting his old songs, he would have gotten Jackie McGee back for let Make It Last Forever Part Two.
I'll cook up something for them. She shouldn't be on the same record, but I'll cook up something for them. I'll cook
Yeah,
up
I mean,
something.
It would have been great if because sometimes like it's like when who was it I was talking to? I think it was maybe it was Blackstreet or maybe it was Damien, and I was talking about why didn't you guys when you guys are doing your New York? I think it was Damien New York show. Why don't you call Tammy Lucas to come in and sing "Goodbye Love" with Aaron and stuff? And I thought, oh yeah, and I'm like, I thought they would think about stuff like that just for the nostalgia for the
Well,
fans and stuff.
sometimes that stuff will work, but sometimes when you're on tour, I can probably answer that question. I can be wrong, but I think I'm about 90% right on this. Sometimes when you're on tour and you know that person is not on the road with you, the person that you got on the road with you that you're paying every night, you know
Mm,
what I'm saying? It's probably a situation like that. I'm already paying this person, this Tammy Lucas, whoever the case may
mm,
be doing their own thing most of the time. So on tour, I'm already, payroll goes out I'm already paying this person. It probably was a situation like that. Like the girl Maya, she's dope. She's Keith artist, and I think on that tour, I think she did all the female parts for Keith and Guy on that particular tour. She does Surrender, Nobody, all that stuff with Keith. She's her name Maya Malone. She's a beast. And I want to say this first on your show. You'll be the first here. Being a producer from Hamilton, I'm saying it wrong. Being a producer, Roy Hamilton he's based out of Canada. Keith put us together. Man, we working on something so special. You're gonna be the first to hear it. I'm gonna send it to you and get your approval first. I won't say that.
okay, okay.
So
Go
he's dope. I'm dope. You know, if I'm working with another producer, like they gotta be out of He's dope.
yeah.
And we're gonna bring my uncle Zach in to play on some stuff, my cousin C Scott and stuff like that. But yeah, it's gonna be dope. Keith, man, Keith know how to put a puzzle together. He know who to put together. He don't put me with everybody. He know who to say, okay, you go work with him. So
okay.
yeah,
Well,
you're gonna be the
just
first to hear it.
yeah, no, definitely we look forward to that. So just as we wrap up,
Mhm.
those who just joined in, we should expect a Blackstreet new single that JHot
Entitled
produced
Nobody.
entitled "Nobody." And what held it up is they sampled the. It feels
The
that they
politics.
sampled or took inspiration from Keith Sweat's "Nobody,"
Mhm.
and
That,
so
that, that was
that's
me. That was me, my.
yeah. So
But
Keith was like,
everybody, family. Keith want to see all of us win. So he told us go ahead and do what we got to do. So
"Hmm, yes.
he
So
want to see it, and he's the big part of the feature that we. Yeah, keep want. That's what I'm saying. Like he is a person that he actually he want to see you make a million, 2 million. Like he actually want. He don't like when people ain't doing good. So you know what I'm saying?
okay. So we should expect a new single and a project from Keith Sweat
Absolutely.
in the coming months. Blackstreet, we should hear at least the lead single called "Nobody"
Mm-hmm.
with
J Soul, he got like 11 number ones in career with Teddy, and he got like I can't remember how many number ones he got after, but he's one of my business partner main songwriters. He got a song coming out called Faded. You'll be one of the first to get that. We already talked about it. We're gonna send that to you too. He's singing for real.
okay,
Got that 90s R&B vibe to it.
okay,
And it's featuring me. I didn't do the production. I do most of his production, but I didn't do this one, but I'm on the talk box. So
okay, okay.
yeah.
Well, I think for those of us who are trying to think about what's the difference between a vocoder and a talk
The
box,
talk box
is
is
we've got
you gotta
Mr.
use it.
Talk Box.
You use your tube. It's like what Roger Troutman used. A
okay.
vocoder, the microphone goes into the synthesizer, which is the keyboard, and you have to talk box. You basically whispering, and you let the keys do the sound. Vocoder, you actually have to sing into the mic. You know what I'm saying? And it goes to a synthesized carrier. It's two different things.
Mm,
So the difference is listen to Blackstreet Deep. That's Teddy on talk box. Listen
okay.
to Before I Let Go when it first comes on, all those background vocals, that little computerized sound, that's vocoded. How deep is your love? Yeah. How deep is your love? That's vocoded. That ain't talk box. You know what I'm saying? God, Teddy Jam, that's vocoded.
Okay.
Teddy Jam too, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Definitely. Well, if people want to follow you, what's the best way? Is it IG? Is it Facebook?
Everything is JHot Scott.
JHot Scott. Okay.
JHOT SCOTT.
Okay. I'm just
JHot
checking.
Scott.
Okay. Not a
Mm-hmm.
problem. Going just as we finish though, follow JHot when he's trying to help me up with Keith Sweat. And I know it's 5 years ago because I checked. It was the same night, in fact, that I was supposed to interview Don Robinson back in 20 October. It was October 2020, 2020. And then that same night, it was when Keith wanted to come on. But then things just didn't work out.
Yeah.
So, but we should expect
We're gonna
new
work it out.
EP.
See,
We
sometimes timing is everything. He got more,
Yeah.
even more to talk about now. So.
So we should expect a new EP from Keith Sweat, and the first single from Blackstreet's long-awaited EP album, Nobody, should be out in a couple of weeks as well. And then we're all going to be trying to wait on Damien to release his new project, which he's keeping under wraps. And
Yeah,
hope
y'all get on
maybe,
Damien because that project is amazing.
yeah, yes, okay. Well, we definitely appreciate you coming back on, being able to give us an update as to what you're doing. And as I said, when the music comes out, depending, no matter who's singing it, it would be great just for you to talk us through it as we've listened to it, and then we talk us through the inspiration for creating the song.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate you guys who joined in. On Saturday we have. No, Saturday. I think it's Sunday. We've got Tevin Campbell's "I'm Ready" album, and then next week is the 411 remix, and then the week after that, I think it's the revival at 30. So a lot to cram in. But we definitely want to thank our special guest, Mr. JHot Scott, producer,
Thank
writer,
you.
for coming on. And yes, hopefully, fingers crossed, he will arrange for me to talk to the king, the OG of R&B and New Jack Swing, Mr. Keith Sweat.
Absolutely.
Fingers crossed for that.
Thank you for
All right,
having me.
guys. We appreciate you guys, and we'll be chatting soon.
Thank you.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of Halftime Chat. Please remember to subscribe, share, and comment. But most importantly, why don't you become a member of Halftime Chat? We've got amazing videos, amazing perks, and being able to support the channel. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.
I never participated in that category.
And somewhere in between
us for even loving us, on which I did miss you.
What was it like growing up?
She's still making an impact on 4 houses down.
I have a couple of pieces.
Trying to get this one and that one.
That works for you, but just for me,
No. Okay.
They don't understand what those boys winning Oscars.
Play it.
And all these guys, they all work together.
I mean, I love all different.